Alright, so welcome back to my channel, Makeup by Tegan. Today we are going to be doing a full review of SHEIN Makeup, SHEGLAM. I've just started by prepping my skin with the moisturizer. It feels really thick. It's meant to be smoothing and pore filling, so I am excited to see how that sits down on my skin. I've already glued down my brows like I always do, and I'm just going to go ahead and go in with their skinny brow pencil. Now I've got the shades medium brown and dark brown, and this is dark brown. So I'm just going to draw some fine hairs. That's actually really nice. And it's such a fine point. That is actually a really nice pencil. I usually use either my Benefit or Anastasia, and honestly, this could be a dupe for that pencil. Alright, so just going in a little bit of concealer on a SHEIN brush. Just gonna carve those out. The concealer is quite a fluid consistency, which is a bit different because I usually use concealers that are a bit more thicker, but it's not a bad thing. Alright. Now I am going to bring that concealer down just a little bit and just use that as an eye primer as well. Alright, I've just blended out with the Beauty Blender that's from SHEIN as well, and it's gone on fine. It's a bit tacky, which is what I want for my eyeshadow base. Now, eyeshadow today, I have bought two separate palettes. I've bought the SHEIN Afterglow and I've bought the fish one. Now, both have very different color stories. I have played around a little bit with this one, as you can see in the shimmers. The shimmers are very vibrant for the price point. So today I'm thinking about doing maybe a bit of a green halo eye, a bit of gold, because it has got a really nice green color in this and it's got a lot of neutrals. Alright, so I'm just going to go in with this color here and I'm just going to press that into my eye. Just grabbing a dense brush just to see what kind of payoff. It is pressed quite hard into the palette, so I'm curious to see what kind of payoff. Oh wow, that's really pretty. As you can see, quite a lot of payoff just from pressing that in that palette. And it's a bit more of a teal green than what it looked like in the palette, but it's not a bad thing. Then I'm going to make this into a halo eye. Blending that onto the eye, it's actually gone in really well. I've gone a few dunks in to get the colour payoff that I want, and I'm just stamping that. I'm just grabbing a clean fluffy brush and I'm just going to dip into this colour here, just to lightly blend out those edges. Okay. It's going a little muddy, but that could have been because I'm blending two colours together. Alright, just taking a brown, going to try and blend out that colour. Alright, now because I want to dull it down a little bit because it's just gone a bit off center, I'm going to grab a foundation powder on a clean brush and blend around those edges. Just to kind of dull it down. Alright, so I've just put a little bit of concealer in the middle of my eye, and now I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in with this green here. Just going to take it on my finger. There's a lot of payoff. Oh wow. That's really, really pretty. Alright, so the shimmers in this palette are very, very creamy. Alright, put some lashes on, did a bit of liner. This is what I came up with. I did use their mascara. Wasn't loving it. It just wasn't as curling as I usually like my mascaras, but it was definitely volumizing, so that was good. We're gonna start with foundation. Foundation today, I've used this once before and I loved it. It comes in this little velvet pouch. It's very bougie. This. So it's a Complexion Pro Long Lasting Breathable Matte Foundation. This foundation, it's a little light for me, but it is full coverage. I only use 2 pumps and just start dabbing it on. And this is just with 1 pump, and look at the coverage. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I literally have actually gone and bought another 2. Just a little bit darker. But it's actually, like, this foundation is $10, if you can believe that. And it's amazing. It does have a bit of a smell to it. But that does diminish as you wear it. So, you know, just putting that out there. Now, this is their Beauty Blender. Honestly, it's fine. Not as soft as I usually like, but other than that, it's actually pretty nice. When I was wearing it yesterday, I did notice it creased a little bit around my forehead and around my nose, which is usually my problem areas. But I just blotted it and it was fine. Okay, for some concealer today, we're going in with the Versatile Flawless Concealer. It is very liquidy. I'll show you. See what I mean? Like it's, yeah, you don't need a lot though. Now this concealer is a little yellow, but we'll just go with it. Alright. Concealer is very brightening though, which I love. Everyone needs, and it fully covers my dark circles, so that's good. Alright, now going in with the bronzing stick in Golden Sun. Now I did use this yesterday and I swiped it and it took off my foundation, so just be wary of that because it isn't like as creamy, but you know. And there isn't a lot of payoff either. So this won't be, I won't be going in with this one a lot, but just now I am finding that this sponge today, it's actually pulling my foundation off a little bit. So I do prefer that foundation, but I do prefer it on my velvet sponge. Alright, now I'm going to go in with blush. This is blush in Hush Hush. I have seen this blush everywhere. Everyone's been using it. So I am curious to see how it goes. Just using very light tapping motions. It actually doesn't blend that well. So just a wary on that. Maybe I'll try it on the sponge this time. Okay, on the sponge, I prefer it a lot more. Yeah, that's a lot better. Which some products are just like that. Alright, yeah, I do really like that on the sponge. That's actually quite pretty. Alright, we're going to go, I'm just going to powder my face. I did try this powder yesterday, the Insta Ready, and I did not like it. It creased my eyes and made them really chalky. So I will be just going in with my normal powder, Laura Mercier, and I will come back. Alright, here is the finished look. Bit of a crazy one today, guys, I know, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Alright, let's start off with the eye palettes. Honestly, they recommend for $10. Honestly, this is amazing. I'm going to be going out and buying more. Alright, next, powder. I tried really hard with this powder, but the whiteness, it just doesn't work. It goes crumbly, and the bottom one is way too dark for my skin tone. Maybe for darker skin tones, that's fine. Alright, next, palettes. These shimmers are amazing. Like, I'm going to be going out and buying them more. Like, I could just, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I will be buying more of these. As for the contour shade, didn't like it. I may use it on my darker skinned clients, but I won't be going to grab that. Sorry. Alright, next, concealer. I don't think it looks great under my eyes, I'll be honest. I can see the crease. It's creasing already, and I just think it made it look a bit cakier than I usually like concealer to look. I already have creasy under eyes, and I think this just made it worse. Sorry, Shein, not for me today. Alright, primer. Honestly, this felt amazing on my skin. It looks like it filled in my pores a little bit. It definitely hydrated my skin a little bit, so I'm going to be using this primer this is worth a buy. I think it's worth the hype. Alright, next, the blush. The good old blush. I've seen so much stuff about this blush. And I was expecting it to be amazing. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's alright. But first of all, that's all the products you get. Not a lot. And I just don't think it blends well. I'll be honest, I don't think it blends well. It's a pretty colour, but I won't be raving. If you don't wear a lot of makeup, then sure, this could go really good over your skin as a nice little glow, but it's just not for me. I just think I can get better. Alright, next, contour stick. So, another down low one. Honestly, I didn't like it. It didn't blend, and there was no payoff, so I don't see the point of it. Alright, next, mascara. To start with, I didn't like this mascara, and I don't think it's amazing, but it's decent. It's actually a decent mascara. I like how it has both the wands. But would I be grabbing for it? I don't know. Alright, next, eyeliner. This thing sticks, and I know that from yesterday. I didn't like how liquidy it was though, because I couldn't get a nice line. But I think that's just my preference. Honestly though, for the price point, this is a great eyeliner. I definitely think people should use this. Pencils, eye pencils. These are amazing. If you're going to spend on a brow product, these, I 100%, I'm going and buying more, definitely. These are like $3 or $5. And they are just as good as my expensive ones. Like dupe. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And this is the SHEIN one. These are the same to me. They do the same thing. I love this. I absolutely love these, and I reckon everyone should buy it. Next is foundation. I love this foundation. I go to grab it whenever I start doing my makeup. Yeah, I definitely think this is worth the hype, and if you're going to buy something, it definitely would be between this and between the pencil. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe, like my channel. I will be doing uploads twice a week. I will be doing a whole lot of Halloween content coming up. So yeah, get really excited for that. Anyway, as always, thank you.